What's up, everybody? This is DJ Biggs, Computer Blast, NYC Radio, and I want to do a quick shout out or a quick drop, I should say. Starting next week, I'll be attending not one, not two, maybe three film festivals I'm gonna talk about. The first one that I'm gonna definitely talk about is gonna be called Doc and Roll Film Fest. That's gonna be from the 30th of April all the way down to like the May 9th, and it's pretty much a film festival about documentaries chronicling some of the lesser known musicians in the world of rock. This is going to be my first year covering it, and it's going to be doing screenings in three different locations: in Roxy Cinema and in Nighthawk Cinema in Prospect Park in Williamsburg. Um, I'll be attending some of the screenings, some of the Q&As, and also too uh hopefully I get some interviews on the red carpet. So I want to say that check out the Rock and Roll Film Fest, Doc and Roll Film Fest. I should say Doc, like DOC, Doc and Roll Film Fest. That's going to be starting next week from April 30th to May 9th. So it's going to be like a 2 week affair in Manhattan and in Brooklyn. You can check out more information online, and from there, we're going to be going to Prismatic Ground, which is pretty short. I think that's from like April 27th, April 27th, I believe. Maybe 28th. I'm not too I'm not too familiar with that, but we'll be there as well. That ends in like I think May 2nd, May 2nd and May 3rd on the weekend. So that's actually next week. They'll be doing screenings in Queens and in Brooklyn. Um, I'll be checking into that. You go into their website. I mean, you could, everybody Google Prismatic Crown. Same thing with Doc and Roll Film Fest. Um, to go back to the Doc and Roll Film Fest, this is actually the New York edition. They actually had a couple editions in, across the world and stuff like that. But they actually have a New York edition that we'll be checking out as well. Like I said, it's gonna be the first time covering this, so hopefully we get to see, some interviews. I would get to be able to post it and talk more about it later on. Prismatic Ground, as I mentioned before in the earlier episode, this is like it's like my third or fourth time covering it, so it's gonna be a little bit different than the previous times because again, the previous time, like I said, the last time I wasn't able to like um how you say it, I wasn't able to like understand it fully, but obviously I understand it fully now. It's very experimental, very mind opening, opening your mind, I should say. And it's a great film festival for those who are trying to study the craftsmanship of making a film. Um, Not every film has to be like a multimedia blockbuster, but this is one and with this film festival, they don't just show new films. They show some films that relates to the theme of the festival per se. So I'll be checking that out. You go through screenslate.com, go into that website, and you click in the Prismatic Ground link, and from there you purchase your tickets, and hopefully I can see you at the theater as screenings for Prismatic Ground. The next film festival is actually this weekend. It's the African Diaspora International Film Festival. This is the Caribbean Film Series. I won't be attending that, but I will let everybody know that you should be attending that because at the end of the day, this is a very important film series for us as children of the Caribbean diaspora, people who are born and raised in the Caribbean. And when I mean the Caribbean, I'm talking about the British, the French, and the Spanish Caribbean because it's all one Caribbean. And this kind of chronicles different documentaries, different storytelling from the Caribbean. So I recommend check that out this weekend. It's actually starting today, Friday night, and it ends on Sunday evening. And then from there, Lincoln Center. Lincoln Center, we're going to be hopefully we covering the African Film Festival in New York African Film Festival in the Lincoln Center. That's from May 1st to May 7th, I believe. So as I said earlier in the earlier episode, these film festivals they kind of run concurrent. As you see here, all these festivals is running from today, Friday, April 25th, and they run into like early May. Kind of leading this up to the film festival season. Because technically, right now in New York City, if you're a film buff or a film geek, a nerd geek, film nerd, I should say. I'm sorry, I'm saying film nerd geek. But uh, all these film festivals going to film festival season. As you know, it starts like around May and it ends like the end of the year, going into award season. So whatever film festival that you hear me speak about it, I will be attending. Or if I'm not attending, I'm just gonna put the plug in so everybody should check them out. You can tell them that I sent you. Um, the African Film Festival in Lincoln Center. This is like a little bit high end because it's Lincoln Center, obviously, and I know Film Comment magazine will be covering it from well because it is Lincoln Center. But I'll be there, and I'll be doing my best to give you guys what's going on, what's happening at the festival. Of course, I will be talking it on my review site, comfortableblastnyc.com. And I'll probably do little drops here and there like I'm doing right now to discuss, all these different film festivals that's going to be happening across the city. And mind you, all these things are taking place, like I said, between Manhattan and Brooklyn. Unfortunately, none in Queens. But again, I would be doing like drops here and there, and of course, I'll be talking about as much as I can on social media, mainly Instagram, because that's really my go-to. Or Threads. I'll be on Threads a lot more. Um, so I would talk about those a little bit more often. The films, I've actually uh got some reviews to go write up. I gotta have some discussions later on about the Doc and Roll Film Festival. I'm very excited about this one. This one it piqued my interest because obviously me being a music journalist as well as a film journalist, I don't mind talking about films, documentaries about music, which is my thing. So I like the fact that I'm able to have the best of both worlds with the Doc and Roll and with the African Film Festival, the New York African Film Festival, and the African Diaspora International Film Festival Caribbean Film Series. Those are very connected in different ways. And the African Diaspora International Film Festival, they do different series throughout the year leading up to their film festival that usually happens around the end of November. And normally I've done the African Diaspora Film Festival for before the pandemic. And that's really the only one that stays consistent. I don't think I've ever missed one with the exception of the pandemic, which is 2020. And but ever like even that, I still go out there and I still, put my reviews in and everything like that. So I hope everybody can check it out. And of course, with all these film festivals happening between the end of April and early May, which, like I said earlier, leads up to the big one in June, which is Tribeca Film Festival. And I will be there attending. Hopefully, I'll be there attending. If you see me on the red carpet, I always say what's up. And on that note, I would say be on the lookout for all these film festivals. I'll talk about them on social media, on my Instagram, DGI Media NYC. And this episode, I'm about to plug it in on Spotify so everybody can check it out. Doc and Roll Film Festival, uh, Prismatic Ground Film Festival, African Diaspora International Film Festival, the Caribbean Film Series, and of course New York African Film Festival. I'm gonna do my best to show y'all what it's like to be a film buff, a connoisseur and stuff like that. So on that note, I'm signing off, and I'll catch you on the next one.